Men and men's mental health is one of the major concerns in the world today. In fact, the month of June every year has now been dedicated to men's mental health. But the question is why? In this short video, we want to outline 10 things that are affecting men and that we need to look at so that the men and even the women who love them and who care for them can be able to look at our lives and that of men and to improve on the way of living. What are the 10 major aspects that affect men and why are they connected with mental health? They are connected with mental health because they have something to do with anxiety and depression. So it actually is because it affects mental health, men's mental health. The first one is heart attacks. Heart attacks are mostly associated with men. And the major reason is because men tend to have several issues that disturb them. And in fact, in essence, makes them translate to the second one, high blood pressure. It's men who actually tend to have a lot of issues to do with high blood pressure. And this aspect also come with other diagnoses like cancer. And one of the major issues to do with cancer has also to do with too much concentration on sugar and failure to eat a healthy diet. While we are at it, there is dementia. And dementia has something to do with our memory because men don't look after their health and they don't do a lot of exercises because they tend to sit back in our lives. A major aspect of our lives is about our sex and sexual life. And one of the major ways that men have tried to do this is to boost their sexual adventures. And the use of Viagra has come in handy, or badly so, because it's one of the major issues that is said to affect men, and negatively so. While we are at Viagra and an aspect to do that, we need to look at aspects of diabetes. Why is it that most men have issues to do with diabetes, diabetes 1 and diabetes 2? It is common that many doctors have agreed that diabetes 2, there are so many things there's little you can do about diabetes 1, but there are several things one can do about diabetes 2, like looking after your diet, looking after your health, exercises, and dealing away with stress. Yet, men are one of the major people or persons who are affected by this. And this goes on to the next aspect of men's life: alcohol, drug, substance abuse, and other addictions. And this arises out of two reasons as far as psychological and mental health is concerned. One, it arises because men are not very good in coping effectively or managing issues that disturb them, that cause anxiety and ill health. And therefore they go for smoking, alcohol, and drug abuse. And therefore that is why it is alcohol and drug and substance abuse is actually one of the major disorders that affect men. Yet there is so many things that men can do about it because they can look for better health coping mechanisms. It is estimated that there are 400 to 500 autoimmune diseases, and most of these affect men, unfortunately. And the reason is men's eating of a poor diet, lack of relaxation, lack of taking a break, poor coping mechanisms, lifestyle issues and diseases, and this affect their ill health, thereby making it very difficult for them to be assisted in this. And that's why, as you finish, you need to look at other aspects like ulcers. Why is it that men suffer a lot from ulcers? It's because men tend, especially at one point or another, to overthink, especially because of aspects like high loans. Men are the best in taking loans, of course, and sometimes in ending up in financial crisis. And of course, this has again to do with poor prioritization of their finances. So these 10 aspects are things that we need to ask ourselves about. And before we end, we need to ask ourselves about arthritis, one of the major common issues that affect men. So these 10, men need to look at them every time you sit back and ask about your life. Heart attack, high blood pressure, cancer, arthritis, Viagra use, alcohol and substance abuse, diabetes, dementia, autoimmune diseases, and of course, ulcers. Men need to be very conscious of these 10. Watch out, look after your health so that you live a healthy life.